Yo, what up? Good morning, GMGM. Monday. Oh, baby. Monday. April 21st, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house. Tyler, Mando, happy Easter. Good morning. How you guys doing today?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm a reformed man. So the people of Lisbon, do you call them lesbians? I was gonna say I'm a lesbian now. But that may not be the term. I mean, I am into women. Anyways, Tyler, good morning. How are you doing today?
What a start indeed. Hard to follow that up. I'm doing well. It was a nice long Easter weekend. The kids are still home. This is spring break too now in this current school system. They give them 5 days off. It is absolutely nuts. But I've got a new source of hope for all of you watching the stream. You might see something new over my right shoulder. My mother wanted to give me a gift for my new office. She chose a golden bull.
Let's see it. Ooh, I like that. Bring that forward, Tyler. Let's see that. I noticed it earlier. I was like, yo, that's a bull. Damn. That's nice. So, that's a nice bull.
Yeah, I'm a fan. So it's going to help us, propel forward here.
Yeah, I like that. It's on your right shoulder. It's good. We're very bullish on that. Actually, another sign if you want. At Paris Blockchain Week, there was a massive golden bull statue. I'll send it to you after. It reminds me of that one. It's a big one. I'll send you it after the show. It was nice. Anyways, all right, listen, y'all. Today market report. Let's do a little weekend recap. We weren't on Friday. Market moved pretty well. I saw a God candle Bitcoin when I woke up this morning. Just for the record again, ever since I've been in Europe, markets have been up only on Euro mornings, and they tend to dump as soon as Americans wake up. So I do want to say that things have reversed here. The tables have turned quite a little bit. So I'm here to witness it. I woke up this morning, Bitcoin was 88K. Farokh was $950 million. Okay. Anyways, we'll do Tyler's top 100. I think we have a lot to talk about. Definitely some conversations here about Zora, etc. this morning. And then last but not least, we're going to do Yeet. Like we said, we do 5 days a week now. So giveaways are 5 days a week. So we'll do a Yeet giveaway. Let's see what we play today. We'll pick a game and one lucky person will win minimum $500 for coming on. And the show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to a Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto, as recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of Westex. Anyways, Mando, we need to talk about this market. There's a lot going on.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. So really, it's kind of a continuation of the same trend that we've seen. If you thought gold was looking stretched, it's not. It's powered on again. The dollar's weaker. Gold is stronger. Bitcoin kind of spent the morning following gold, which was a very good sign because often it's been derailed by stocks, and then, well, at least altcoins took a little bit of a dump, I think, as we've gone live, just because of the fight currently between Trump and Powell, which is kind of continuing, and also just generally that it doesn't feel like any of the trade deals are closed. So it's going to be another one of those weeks. Let's see if Bitcoin dominance looks up only again. And I think it will 64.2 now for
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty wild. And
whoa.
Yeah.
Mando, look at this chart.
Yeah, that is just a.
Let's see. Hold on. It's been up only since let's say here. So this is how many days? This is 868 days. Because that's a weekly chart, guys. 868 days of up only for BTCD.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think it's stopping. So yeah, as I've said for the last a long time now, feels as though that is it's more related to gold than it is to stocks, and stocks going lower seems to hammer altcoins more than anything else. So yeah, we're kind of back in this market again.
Wow.
I don't really know what to make of, like, we had an okay weekend for some of the L1s. Solana back up to 138 was a good sign. And Sui had a bit of a run. You know, they've been okay, but Bitcoin just continues to kind of outperform, I would say.
Everything.
And then it was like, yeah, occasional meme coins. I would say the big exceptions to that, Hyperliquid seems to be outperforming Bitcoin here as an L1. We've seen Tau interestingly come back quite a lot. TAO as a narrative that had a very strong weekend. I think there was a Barry Silbert went and spoke with Raoul Powell about it, and people got a bit more bullish on that one. You've had Farkcoin kind of return back to Farkcoin's just super volatile. Like my general sense on Farkcoin is you buy it on bad days, not good days. Because the wicks sometimes, because there's a lot of leverage still in that one. Like when it goes down, it goes really down. And everyone says it's going to go to like 200, and then when everyone says it's about to break 1 billion, that's the moment where you're meant to sell it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just the moment that it bounces through again. But I think you can kind of just trade sentiment on Farkcoin pretty well here and make a buck off the volatility. It's kind of wild. Yeah. I mean, has the market really shifted that much? It was a holiday really on Friday. It kind of feels like the same stuff today. It just feels like stocks don't feel that good. Gold feels good. Dollar feels bad, and Bitcoin's still unsure if it's gold or tech stocks. It feels disturbingly quiet out there. I don't know if you saw the post by Base 16Z over the weekend, but like
No.
there are some
Which one?
really random coins that are leading on the volume charts here. Like it's quiet. It is deathly quiet in certain spots of the market.
I'm looking for this.
He tweets a lot, man.
I know, right? What a machine.
Keep going.
This?
Keep going. No, keep going. This is a bit eerie, I would admit. Like, look at the top coins being traded here. Voxel was BitGet.
Yeah. So Voxel is an exploit where BitGet got exploited for $100 million.
Yeah, but then some of these other coins, like GMT is stepping. To be clear, GMT is stepping coin.
Guys, the people token is still doing $374 million. Oh, that might be the exploits as well, though.
You think this was all the exploit?
So because I'll pull up the thread right now so we can talk about it. But there was a $100 million exploit in BitGet. They also use Jelly. So hold on, let me see.
Man, this thing's just taking out half the market.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find it for you. I have a feeling. I mean, the thing. You're right about the sentiment. By the way, I'm just saying. I was a voxel heist that drained BitGet. I see.
Oh, the trading bot kept the market maker kept pumping it like 10%.
Yeah.
We were just like trading this range.
Like that. Yeah. Wow. Don't hate the player. I saw something about Jelly, but maybe it was just voxel. So yeah, you're right, Mando. It is eerie.
Oh yeah, but you can feel it. You can just feel the only people tweeting are like, it's just the same crew again. I did that tweet on Friday where it was. I
liked it.
Just us, man. It's us again. We're waiting for the next altcoin season, guys.
It feels like a 2023 like bear market lows to a degree.
Yeah.
Maybe because everyone just kept talking about how tired they were in the end of 2024 Q1.
We didn't have fun.
maybe people are just finally taking those breaks that they need. And granted, there's not a whole lot of news. There's not a whole lot to trade on a day-to-day basis right now, even though we're still like, I don't know, this is still 10x more active than it was in 2023. Because I remember I was writing featured newsletters. There was days where I couldn't find a single story.
Dude, there was nothing. We hosted the show. We had nothing to fucking talk about.
Yeah. And we're still doing like one big TGE per week. Like there's still quite a bit more than that. But yeah, I mean, I can't argue with Mando. It feels like on CT, it feels like a ghost town.
Well, if anything, I'm super bullish on that class of 2021. A lot of people made fun of because like we're some of the only people that are active right now. We were talking with the boys chat this weekend saying like, I think the people who were complaining about the cycle not being fun or kind of coping or didn't partake because like I'm recalling some of my losses and some dumb shit I did this cycle, and and man, had some fun, man. Even the mistakes I made were hilarious, like not selling pups at $1 billion, but but you know, I think we had a lot of fun. But I want to ask you guys something on the market because I know we have a lot of topics to cover and we started a little late, so I don't want to also go too. I don't want to go over time too much, but Nachi's back, Mando. Nachi's back, the big trader.
On
On CT. He took a long break and he says, JMD Gens, I'm back after taking a long break to spend time with the family while markets was in super hard mode. Market bottomed after Trump announced 90-day pause on tariffs. Thought Trump was already taking the hardest stance so long, some Bitcoin under 80 and still at 110, which by the way ended up going to $97. So he's talking about how his base case is summer is for money printing, not for touching grass. I believe April to August is the most bullish period of 2025 as market turns from max bearish sentiment events to Trump scaling back some tariffs, allowing the Fed to cut rates and ease liquidity with other CBs. Yesterday night, I wrote something around these lines, Mando, where I was like, I felt like we kind of bottomed, but now we're in this weird range where like negative news, we're like eating it a bit, and positive headlines would actually probably send us much higher. How do you feel about that sentiment that like summer 25 could be more of a kind of like a summer 21 moment for the markets?
Maybe. I'm unsure about it. As I've said before, I'm unsure about altcoins here. I think Bitcoin dominance can keep on going higher. I agree with his post about positioning. That's the most bullish thing about general macro right now is how bearish positioning is. So maybe it's just like one tweet. And we've seen with Trump that can happen very quickly. But I just see a different narrative. Like I just don't see the people coming back so quickly to buy some of these narratives again. It just feels, some of those feel a bit like fool me once for people. I think Bitcoin can go a lot higher, but I actually just think it can go a lot higher by itself. Like that's just my gut.
Or wow, we're back at 88K right now. Actually, we're pumping right now, boys.
Risk adjusted, I think it will be.
Wow.
It will beat most things.
Okay. What do you think, Tyler? I think this is kind of the similar sentiment you've been voicing.
I mean, I want this to happen. Will this into existence? I think there's two scenarios. I think the bull case for what he laid out is that we are in max uncertainty right now, and the economy is actually in decent shape. And any positive news on tariffs, global macro trade war, perhaps Russia, Ukraine are things that ease this up,
start
to rebound. I think the counter is if small businesses start closing across the U.S. because cost of goods is too expensive now, and everyone moves to cash. They're afraid that boomers are selling their 401ks to cash, that type of thing. So I'm still leaning it feels like 66% bull case, 33% bear case, maybe. We'll see. But I'm hoping he is correct here.
Yeah, I see it. I mean, we've been talking about this forever. By the way, the market's really pumping pretty well right now. I don't know what. See that 30-minute fake out, Tyler. 25 on the dot, pretty much. It's always the same fucking thing, man. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is this constant war that seems to be happening at the moment between Powell and Donald. Well, it's mostly Donald Trump. I don't think Powell seems to not give a fuck. So Mando, like, you know, Trump calling him Mr. Too Late. Trump on Truth Social accuses Powell of being too late on cutting rates, except to help Biden and Harris in the election. I think he said something loser. I don't know if that was fake or not, but he's constantly calling for a replacement. How does that make you feel in general? Isn't Powell quite unbiased? I don't have as much understanding on his background as you may have.
Yeah, so I don't agree with Trump here. Yeah, in many ways. Like, there is a division on purpose between the central bank and the government. They are meant to not be political. Like, the thing is, what Trump has done is potentially going to massively increase inflation. So
Right.
Powell can't do what he needs to do. It's like Trump is basically thrown in all these tariffs and then say, hey, Powell, you got to cut rates. Like, he can't do that. If you're going to increase the prices of everything, that's like one of the main tools to not do that. So I don't think this is going to be a solution, basically. I also think it's just like slight overreach in terms of power. You don't normally see this from a president. He did it kind of last time as well, but generally you don't see it, at least not from like developed nations. But I think part of this is also like a deep, maybe it goes longer than that. I think there's also like just a hatred of the Federal Reserve at the moment in the US. Like, I think there's a lot of questions about it from a long-term perspective.
Is there a reason why? Is there a reason for that? Like, what's the background of that? Because he actually, it's real. He actually called him a major loser just now. Like, he said, Mr. Too Late, a major loser. Like, he literally called Powell a major loser. It's right there in his Truth Social post. What's the background of this hatred?
Well, he wants them to cut rates, but Powell can't do that with inflation. I mean, I think if inflation expectations in the bond market are really high right now. Now that maybe that won't come to fruition, but it's very difficult for Powell to act on that in this world. So I think Trump's got it wrong with who to blame on this. He's just trying to find someone to blame.
I think, well, for background, Trump appointed him in 2018.
Right, yeah.
Oh, he did. See that?
And people are already like moving past that, which makes this situation even more ridiculous.
But he's really adamant about him not being good, wanting to replace him. I mean, call him a fucking, sorry, not fucking, but call him a major loser right now. Like, this is not just.
I mean, I think most people would say objectively Powell has been pretty good.
That was my read on Powell. I
would echo what Tyler said. So, like, one of the only Fed chairs to actually engineer a soft landing ever. Now, those could be fudge data or whatever, but like people would say, you know, that was done pretty well in the end. People said he moved too late. That may be true, but he hasn't.
He did move late, yeah.
Caused a recession. So I don't think the market's perception of Powell is actually that bad, and I don't think it is. I think the market recognizes that Trump's got himself into this. You can see it. So I don't think it's that.
Okay. I was just curious for the people who may not know, because we hear a lot of chat about Trump Powell, but my understanding hosting this show for 3 years plus with you and Ovi and then Tyler was that Powell's actually good at his job, except that he was late a little bit on the rate cutting, but you could say yes or no. So what the fuck do I know? But I'm just saying, like, my understanding was that he was okay at his job.
Powell could be terrible at his job, and you still couldn't do anything right now.
Right.
Like,
yeah. You can't.
It's like every Fed chair would be like, okay, well, I can't cut rates if you're going to increase the prices of everything by this much. So it's not a case of Powell being good or bad at his job. It's a direct result of Trump's policies that he can't cut rates.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Whereas I think in the past, maybe it was less to do with that. This time, can't really do much.
Perfect. Love to see that. Anyways, market's going up, so looks like the market already shook up we just got to break that 80 to 82, right? Like, it looks like we just got that perfect setup, and we'll get there. Anyways, quickly before we get to Tyler's top 100, today's raffle bot code is Trump, There you go. TRUMP. Trump is the code today. So raffleball.xyz, 5 days a week, we give money away. We gave away $4,700 last week, by the way, Mando. That was the final count. I checked the spreadsheet. And that was week 1 of this partnership with Yeet. So yeet.com, sign up using the FOMO HOUR affiliate. So you have to use our affiliate and then go to raffleball.xyz. Everything's self-explanatory. And use the code Trump for a chance to come up today and win minimum $500. So that's awesome. Anyways, Tyler, I think we got a lot to talk about today, so let's get to that.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis, Tyler D on FOMO Hour calls the kid can't miss.
Ready to patch some barriers. Folks, crypto majors are bright green this morning, led by Bitcoin up 4.5%, 88,420 right now. A number we haven't seen in quite some time. ETH up 4%, 1640. Solana at 140 here as well. STX, Mana, and ENA led all. They are up 7 to 14%. The Sol ETH ratio hit a new all-time high again last night at 0.087. So Sol continues to gain against ETH. This morning we saw gold hit a new all-time high over $3,420 per ounce. That's now 22.8 trillion in market cap, over 8x the entire crypto market. That is as the US dollar continues to go lower. In other crypto headlines, ByBit CEO shared that 2/3 of the funds from their $1.4 billion Lazarus hack are still traceable, with 28% now gone dark. Circle shared plans to launch its own USDC-powered remittance network to rival Visa and MasterCard as their latest product. So that was a big one. Metaplanet added 330 Bitcoin over the weekend. They're now over $400 million. This morning, we got the news out of Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. They bought another $555 million of Bitcoin in the past week. So they continue to add in huge size. We saw Vitalik publish a blog. He's proposing replacing Ethereum's EVM with RISC-V, RISC-V, to boost efficiency and scale zero knowledge proofs and basically simplify the overall code base. So that's a big potential change on the horizon. And then crypto casinos, big headline here, big number, brought in over $80 billion in gross gaming revenue in 2024. So crypto casinos are heating up. In token airdrop and protocol news, Zora, this was the big headline of the day yesterday. They announced their TGE and airdrop. That is coming on Wednesday, April 23rd. The activity snapshots now are complete as of April 20th. Magic Eden launched season 2 of its rewards program. Key actions include staking in tokens, trading NFTs, coins, runes, and ordinals. OpenSea also teased changes to their rewards program coming soon. We don't have the details yet. Mega ETH debuted their Crossy Fluffle game, is what they're calling the first real-time on-chain game. Then Rec Drinks, big news, shared their latest flavor, Abstract Apple, with Abstract points plus Rec Drink points for every case purchased. In AI memes and NFTs, a bit quiet. AI market cap about 5%, $6.5 billion. Meme coin leaders were pretty green on the day, most up in that 5 to 10% range. Luce was a big meme coin winner overnight after Pope Francis sadly passed away. That rallied 75% to $16 million. OpenSea announced Solana token trading now live on their platform for everyone, foregoing their wait list. And then in NFTs, the zero attribute CryptoPunk sold for 317 ETH. That's $500,000. Where the seller, get this, the seller made 47 ETH after an 11-month hold and lost $290,000 because of the decrease in the ETH price. So up in ETH, down quite a bit in USD. And that was our roundup.
There you go. Love it. Just a little word before we get to topics. It looks like Spaces died again, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna start it again. We're live on YouTube and we're live on broadcast live. So gotta watch the show on video. Actually, it's fucking better for you. Actually, I can't wait for us to kind of dump the whole Spaces thing. So I'm actually gonna post a YouTube link for people to follow us there, if you want to check us out and retweet it. So it's going to be easier. Anyways, Tyler, there's quite a few things you got going on here. Which one do you want to start with?
Maybe we can just quickly hit the Circle story because it's a big one, and then we can get into more like the token and protocol stuff. But the news out of Circle here, they are launching this USDC-powered payments network. It will be a payments and remittance platform. They're going to do a launch event at their New York City headquarters at the One World Trade Center tomorrow. This product is going to target banks, fintechs, and remittance providers. It's going to leverage USDC for real-time global transfers and then effectively lay the groundwork for them to compete with traditional networks like MasterCard and Visa. They are billing it as their next product move as they return to their original mission of building internet-native financial infrastructure. So that's the story. We'll get more details on this tomorrow. Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire is set to speak at the event, and perhaps another major new product launch for them ahead of a potential IPO, which we don't know exactly when that is coming, but it's still expected soon. So big news out of Circle. This continues, and this comes while stablecoins continue just to increase quite a bit. We talk about it a lot on this show. Circle up to 60 billion in market cap. They're up 25 billion since the U.S. election in November. So up almost 100% there, and looking to continue to grow. So not a whole lot else to unpack, but I wanted to share that story. We'll probably have more tomorrow. If we want to go down the risk curve a bit, Zora was probably the biggest headline of the day yesterday, folks. So I'm not sure if you saw this. We got the date for their TGE. The token is coming on Wednesday, April 23rd. The tokenomics, I believe, had been shared previously, but they, of course, resurfaced as everyone, wanted to dive in and get the details. At a high level, 10 billion tokens. It's going to be 30% circulating at TGE. That's 3 billion. The airdrop is going to be 1 billion tokens. I think some of the pushback has been the team is getting about 65% of the overall tokens, 19% for the team, 20% for the treasury, 26% for contributors. So people are lumping those in to an overall team bucket. I think the kicker and what's caused a bit of the controversy this morning is they're saying the token is for fun only. So it's not going to have any governance rights. It's not going to have any utility. It will be a fun token. And I think we saw Base Carbon speaking out. We saw Zach XBT speaking out about that as well. Of course, Zora was the kind of the talk of CT over the last 5 days, ever since Jesse and the content coin craze, just coin it. That debate, of course, and that took place just a couple of days before the TGE. So now folks are saying, was this kind of an attention event? But regardless, everyone's talking about Zora right now. Now starting to think about the FDV. So like, where's this thing going to open up? It's going to get listed by Coinbase, right?
For sure. I mean, I think it was just announced also on Binance Alpha on top of that.
Yeah, so Binance is going to have it.
Yeah.
I think it will go decently high that first day. I'd probably guess. So it's going to be 30% circulating. I could see it go over 100 million market cap, so 300 to 400 million FTV. Maybe higher than that. $1 billion seems high. Curious for others' thoughts, but I mean, or we can talk about this for fun only. So a lot of people are pushing back on this. There's clearly,
I saw the Zach XBT post here, right? He goes, "What does the token need to exist if it all serves absolutely zero purpose?"
Yeah.
This type of paper for a project that raised $60 million in total at 600 million valuation is just embarrassing. They raised $60 million already?
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know that.
I mean, they're building a product and they have delivered it. So like I'm trying to, it would be easy just to attack. I'm trying to come at this fairly level-headed and objectively. So this model doesn't seem that dissimilar from what Pudgy Penguins and Pingu did, right? Like the Pingu token is a culture coin that launched after that team. I mean, they'd raised money to do a few other things. I think the market was generally positive on how they launched that. And now, because I think sentiment is perhaps a bit more negative against Zora, everyone's kind of flipping the script and attacking them because of it. I mean, certainly I think we've seen a push to have more specific utility for coins. Why do you need to have this? How does it play into your ecosystem? How can we value it? I think certainly we've seen a push for that. But I don't think we're quite there yet. And I'm not totally surprised to see them launch it this way, I guess, is what I'm saying. But I think part of that pushback too is that he doesn't like how this very recent pivot kind of changed the platform from a more artist focused, a little bit more about art to a bit more of, let's just call it a meme coin platform. effectively. And like we saw a lot of justification for that. It's supposed to be creator first, but it seems like, and I'm not creating any tokens on Zora, but as I understand it, creators don't have as much control. Like creators don't have the choice not to launch the token now with the content they choose to mint on Zora or create. So in some ways, creators have a little bit less control. And he wants to Jesse and team, they want to tokenize everything. We certainly understand the responsibility that comes with that. And like when you are a big personality, you launch something, there are a lot of expectations that come along with that. I think Zach XBT has seen that personally with he ended up launching a piece that had a token on Zora. And several other artists have come out to speak up about that. Token goes down, people give death threats. Like it can get ugly pretty fast. So there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
The thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I mean, if it's I guess people are like the 60% team allocation in a way is not like if it's a utility coin, it's kind of you're better off holding more in the team than giving it all to people because they're going to send it to zero and they don't have the best interest at heart. Then the team loses a lot of leverage against exchanges and market makers, etc., and potential partners in growth. So I think the problem is not the 60% to team. I think what they're saying is the problem is 60% to team saying that it's a fun token because if a meme coin, then it should be 100% fair launch. So Zach does have a point in that sense, like 100% fair launch, fun token, fuck it, treat it as a meme because it has no utility. So in that sense, yeah, I get it. There was also some stuff around how they already announced a token last year, already launched something. Then there's a whole confusion about how every single post becomes a coin. I mean, I had some time to think about everything in that clip that did the rounds of Jesse and Bankless guy. It was ridiculous, by the way. I mean, it's so funny how Hoffman is just so biased. Like he'll like shit on Alon and like the fucking intro, and then he'll, like give Jesse Polak like a rib job on this show. Essentially, I had time to think about all this stuff. Zora is just a pump fund competitor on base. And they're trying to do mental gymnastics around calling content coins, but they're meme coins. And I don't care, by the way. I'm not one of those saying, oh, they're content coins, like whatever. Like, but if that's all it is. Like Jesse's Polak only goal and job is to take attention away from Solana. And ironically enough, Solana caught a bid this weekend instead of Ethereum. So the whole thing is kind of meh. It was incredible marketing leading to the Zora market. So you got to give the credit where credit is due. It was incredible marketing. So I got to give them kudos for that. I guess maybe I just don't care anymore, Tyler. I guess I agree. This industry needs to get a little serious, and the tokens that we launch need to start actually having like, look, we haven't figured out ref share legally yet or equity, but maybe we will. Under Trump's America and new administration. And like Mando said, altcoins are looking like fucking shit here because Bitcoin dominance is only going to go up. And that's not changing, by the way. I agree with Mando. Bitcoin dominance is going to 70%. Ethereum is getting smoked, brother. There's like 5 coins catching a bid with Bitcoin. And that's like Solana. But even so, it keeps going to 142 and going back down. Bitcoin's higher. Sui and Hype. And then Farkcoin is the meme coin that catches a bid a lot. But that's just, it's an anomaly, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, look. Yeah, Avalanche. Like, sorry guys, I don't look at everything. So I'm sure Eli's saying AVAX is catching a bit good, like because they actually have utility. I think even if the team gets 65% and the token doesn't do well, they're gonna lose anyway. So, I can't blame people for calling it out though. Like, if you call this a fun token and a meme coin, then you can't hold 70%. Like we're working for Marriott on the total utility thing. And it's gonna take time, and I'm gonna do it right, and we're gonna hold some back because I need the leverage. But it's not gonna be a meme coin. I'm not gonna call it fucking meme coin, right? Like Rect was a meme coin. And they did a sellout, and then they put out the airdrop to community, launch on day one, 100%. Pengu, So I don't know. Do you have a strong opinion on this? I don't know.
I don't have a super strong opinion. Like, I don't want to come across as as attacking a team who's trying to build, right? I'm all
But they
for
do
that.
flip flop a lot.
I think this was a very interesting pivot. So, like, if you look at the data, that their users spiked. So daily traders, it worked basically. So they had 300,000 traders on yesterday on April 20th. So that's up from 35,000. The daily tokens created are up 3 to 5x as well. So this campaign worked. I think the follow-up question is at what cost? Because Zora was very like creator heavy, a little bit more art centric, more in the artist circles. And I'm not as deep in those circles. That's kind of why I haven't really played it as much over on Zora. But a couple things that jump out to me is one, like this comparison to Instagram posts and TikTok content. I don't think there's a whole lot of demand to pay for Instagram posts to pay to collect them, to pay to collect a TikTok video. Maybe that's just me, but that's not what's going through my head when I'm scrolling my Instagram feed is, man, I wish I could buy this. And there's this narrative of trying to build that this is a better way to pay creators. Well, I mean, creators and these other sites are effectively paid by the views and engagement they're able to create. And if it's not by the platform, it's by other brands that will eventually get in contact with them to run campaigns. So there are ways to monetize that. What they're doing on Zora is that for a creator to make money, someone has to lose, right? So like this is the meme coin game, and I feel like they're trying to paint it in this brighter picture that it's not.
But it's not.
So yeah. Like, if for like when Trump coin goes up, well, I'm trying to come up with an example here.
No, the example that you're giving is when there's a runner, right? And there's another runner that comes out.
Yeah.
The runner A dumps for runner B.
Right. Exactly. And there's talks about creators, they're going to launch a coin, they're going to take some of those profits, and they're going to buy other artist posts on Zora. And that's great in theory, but what that actually is the artist, the creator is dumping their percent of their own tokens onto the market so that they can do that. So like there is, perhaps it's because we're still in this PvP model, but it's not just like a win-win. So it is win-lose. And as the collectors are losing, it's going to shrink the overall pie unless you're able to get a whole lot more creators and collectors in the mix. So that's kind of my roundabout thoughts. It's more tied to just the messaging than the platform itself. And at the end of the day, it's not really quite for me, this model.
I don't blame them for pivoting a lot. So I know I went and I said they flip-flop a lot. It's not flip-flop, they pivot a lot. And at least they're still around. Like we've seen teams flip-flop, pivot, and leave. So you know me, my mantra is like, yo, you stick around, you're still building, I respect it. Can't blame a team for leaving the whole NFT. A lot of people say, oh, they were an NFT platform, they abandoned creators. I get it, but like Maker's Place, Known Origin, closed shop, Foundation became Rodeo. And now it's not even an ETH anymore. It's in USDC, by the way. Shout out to Kayvon. He's doing his best. So, like, you can't really blame teams, guys, for pivoting. We went from media to building a prediction market. It's a tough market, y'all. So being a founder in this industry is really hard. But it's true that it seems like the ethos, there's no, maybe they don't have it. Like, it's the North Star is tough, right? Because now they're full-blown. I think it's a pump fund competitor at this stage. So... and the mental gymnastics around, again, back to that clip with Jesse, is tough to make it seem like it's not. Like, oh, how much is Instagram post worth? Nothing. It should be worth nothing, by the way. Just like game. It's starting to sound like the gaming Web3 thing. You know, gamers hate Web3 because they're like, why does this need a coin? And it's the monetization of financialization of gaming, which they don't care about because they love the game. Gamers play for the love of the game. And the second you add a token, it just becomes a farming thing that is stupid and has a stupid valuation. You could argue that this is like almost the same thing here. Why does it need a token? Like, why does the picture of my food need to be tokenized maybe, but what does it need a coin? It doesn't, you know? So I don't know. Look, the market will speak.
It will.
And the market will decide. You vote with your wallet, y'all. You don't have to buy the Zora coin. You don't have to trade it. You can also just watch. You know, I like what Pio said this weekend. He wrote a post something around how he hated the meme coin run because he just can't relate to it. It's not his thing. And he said, instead of sharing my opinion, I said nothing and let it play out and bought Bitcoin. And I respect that. It's mental health 101, you know?
Indeed. And I mean, I think it'll probably, I mean, there's probably some fireworks on day one for that token.
Kaido 2.0.
And I think there's a lot of questions of how they will drive value to it long term. So I think you have to think about that. If you're going to invest in the token post TGE, I can understand what your plan, what you're looking for out of the token that's just for fun.
Yeah. So anyways, that's that. Was there any, I mean, there's a lot. So we still have a few minutes. What else do you want to go over?
And those were the big ones. I think the other NFT marketplaces are continuing to push forward.
Yeah.
So Magic Eden, they shared details for their season 2 rewards. Again, the key actions here are staking your Magic Eden tokens. And then like you're trading. So NFTs, coins, runes, ordinals. They've also got incentives for swapping tokens directly on Magic Eden and linking wallets, across chains. So they're leaning into this cross-chain model. Certainly OpenSea is doing that as well. We had the OpenSea Solana news a few days before, but the news over the weekend was just that they are opening up. So it's no longer waitlist. Anyone on OpenSea, you can connect your Phantom wallet and
Got it.
Trading. So they're leaning into that. They've got the new CMO now.
Adam.
Yeah, maybe we can get him on the show. I think it would be good.
Should sponsor our show, Adam. I know you listen to the show. I know you clip our shit. Tyler's talking about it. I had a call with your team a few weeks ago. They also hired another one of my homies, Balon. You guys should sponsor this show, OpenSea. Yeah. I think OpenSea should sponsor our show. Chat, what do you think? Actually, that's a positive thing for y'all's TGE. Just like Wallet Connected. And look at how Wallet Connect opened. It's totally us. It was all us. Wallet Connect opened at $400 million thanks to us.
We'll take all
What
the
do you
credit.
think, Tyler? I think OpenSea should sponsor the show.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And what I like about, and this is not sponsored content. We have
No, it's not.
It is easier for me to talk positively about OpenSea right now than it has been in a while because I really like what they're doing. Like I think they're shipping new features, they're improving their product. I think there's a little bit less focus on TGE. I think that's right. I think that they need to rebuild their core user base.
Yeah.
Because up until even like a month ago, like all anyone wants to do is just get this token, dump it, and then move on with their lives. Like that was my view of the broader market sentiment. But now people are actually starting to use it, and I think they like it. And I've seen more organic, positive commentary on the platform and the changes they're making. So I think they need to continue to build on that. And I think they are. And I think it's going to take time to win everyone back. But hey, Nachi, he's calling for the 2021 Echo, where we run all summer 2021. Man, for those who were around those times, that was the boom of OpenSea, the NFT boom. If we get any kind of an Echo rally like that in 2025, Echo or OpenSea will be top of mind, and they'll be one of the winners. So they've got an interesting potential near-term future here. So I'm very interested to see what OpenSea does with it.
Yeah, I'm rooting for all of them. You guys are gonna hate me. I'm so boring, but it's like keep building. Magic and OpenSea. We need all these people to lead with intention, do cool shit. I would love to see a resurgence of NFTs. NFTs are 10 times better than meme coins, in my opinion, for the space. Though I love them both. I buy them both. I trade them both. Definitely more meme coins than NFTs recently. Has there been any big NFTs?
I was defaulting to opening Blur every day just to get my overview of the NFT market, and now I'm.
What's up with Blur?
Feels like they gave up on their NFT platform. It's like fine, like they gave up on iterating on it.
Yeah, it looks like that. What's up with their chain? Blast.
As I understand, Pac-Man team, they're just heads down, focused on mobile. Okay. They've got the strong yield on USDB on Blast. But there's just not a whole lot to do in the eco. I think the two breakout apps, Fancy Top and then this Cambria game that a lot of people seem to really like.
Oh yeah, D's used to play that.
We're kind of succeeding despite Blast at this point, rather than because of it. So we'll see. I'm sure the team is still working behind the scenes. I think the the building in silence is the silence is still a little bit deafening.
Yeah. You also, by the way, Canberra moved to abstract, right? Or start building on abstract, and then, what is it? You have the Mega ETH thing was impressive. I have to say, the TPS thing. I saw your video.
Yeah, I played the game, and
That was impressive,
it's a Frogger game. But what jumped out to me is like I'm not a gamer. I don't play a whole lot of Web3 games. I will dabble and play to earn games sometimes, but I think we all know those games aren't fun. You're clicking buttons to try to profit. But like I had buddies in the chat who were spent 20 minutes on Saturday trying to beat their high scores. And then I realized that like, okay, I should probably go spend time with the family versus just playing Frogger on Mega ETH all day today. But I genuinely did have fun playing it and trying to rack up a high score, which is not something I've done a whole lot of in Web3 gaming. And Dookie Dash was fun. Similar, right? You could have played that just to try to get a high score. So I think that's probably the best analogy that I can come up with games in Web3 that I've played. But Mega ETH, they look stronger. And they're showcasing what their chain can do with products. And like they're being like product and app first, which I think that approach makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's that. Listen, it would be nice also if Monad finally launches, by the way. Just saying that.
I think their founder was tweeting, or one of their founders was tweeting about how proof of stake is not it. Or I forget his exact words.
Yeah.
So maybe they're
We have
how they're going to do everything.
I don't know, man. Tyler, if the market does turn and we get a good summer, we've got a few launches, tokens coming. I don't know, man. I wouldn't discount 2025, y'all. I know it was a rough Q1 for everybody. But abstract token, Monad, Mega ETH, C. Would be nice to see Myriad at some point. Got a bunch of good stuff. You know? I'm excited. All right. So we have a problem. The Spaces is down. So I have no idea what to do, Sims. I mean, either we pick someone today and they get to come up tomorrow on top of the other winner, or we just pick someone and play for them and send them the money, dude.
Let's pick somebody, regardless, and see if it's anyone from the YouTube chat. If we see them in YouTube chat, get them to comment. If we don't see them in the YouTube chat, we will go tomorrow.
Well, by the way, they can be on the X chat as well because I see the chat.
Yeah, I don't have that open, but yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can see. So let's do it SimSet. So if you're picked and you're in YouTube or X, let's do that. Let's
give it another shout as well, just real quick.
The code is Trump, TRUMP, raffleball.xyz. And while I explain the rules for this one, you can go use the code. So Sims, let's do that. If they're in the chat, they win. If they're, by the way, our numbers on video are exploding. Because of this, we should just kill the fucking Spaces. That's another reason, by the way, we were talking about, to just have one place. Like we're killing our audience, multiple places.
We also now have an announcement in the Yeet Telegram group. It announces when we go live.
Dude, this is so much better. Okay, there's changes coming. We're about to grow. Anyways, you have to be in the Twitter or YouTube chat because you have to be live. And if the person's in the chat, they can just play with us in chat. How's that, Sims?
That's fine, but we're excluding Spacebar from everything, so he keeps asking. So that's the only thing.
Yeah, well, there's no spaces. Sorry, y'all.
All right, let me...
That's not my fault. You can complain to Elon. That's literally not me or Tyler or Sims. I can't do anything about it. All right, guys, stop typing in the chat, okay? We're going to pick someone.
That's the problem.
Yeah, everybody stop typing, motherfuckers.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the person wants to come, I'll send them to StreamYard. When they win, if they're down to come on StreamYard, just say, I'm here. Can't join StreamYard. You don't have to come on video. You can leave the audio. You can leave it. All right.
Refresh and go.
Hey, D Kova, Web3. Let's see if you're here. All right, are you here, Kova?
We can do champ then.
Let's see. Let me just mute the song. He's here. I see him. I see him. I see him.
Oh, there we
I
go.
see him.
Yeah.
So that was easy. Okay, so he's here. So what we can do with Dkova is Dkova, if you're available, I can send you to StreamYard. You can turn off camera. You don't have to come, but let's just play with you in the chat, worst case. But if you're available, he's here. There you go. I see him. So that's good.
Okay, yeah, just do it from here. Just say, do
Happy Monday. I see him. I see you, Dkova. You're good. Don't worry. He has a 10-second lag with us, so that's the problem with here.
So the
with
other thing
X.
you could do with the system like this, Farokh, you could. This is I know you hate it, but you could bank 500 and throw 500 on Plinko because then you don't have to
Let's do that.
involved.
No. I don't like it usually, but for this, it's the easiest. Okay, so let's do that. So Dkova, here's what we're gonna do. Working right now. Don't worry about it. You're good. Happy Monday to you too. So here's what we're gonna do. Congratulations, you've won $500. There you go. And we're gonna throw $500 worth of Plinko for you.
I want to see it. I haven't seen Plinko yet.
Let's go. I just don't like it because I think it's a boring game, but people like it. There you go.
Put everything on max. Put all the settings on max. Then do $105 balls.
Let's go. Fuck it, dude. Let's do it. Happy Monday. He's watching. There you go. All right. So
Volatility. Shove that up.
Are you gonna do a 500 500? He was saying do 100.
No. I would do. What is it? It's
we're doing $5 500 balls. No.
What have we got?
We can do light speed 500 bets.
Don't do light speed. It'll go too quick.
For 500 balls.
I would do fast. Do fast.
I thought we were gonna do 5 $100 balls.
Oh.
That's what he. Oh well, what do you want to do, DC? If you know the game, Dkova, what do you want to do? You have $500 to spend. How many balls do you want? And what's the value of each ball? Let's let him pick. He's here. Give him a few seconds because there's a 10-second lag with us on X. Let's let him pick, right?
Yeah.
The amount of balls and the amount of the bet. It has to be 500, right?
Oh, there's 1,000x in there.
There is.
Yeah, right there. There's a 1,000x right there. Let me full screen it. Hold on. So let him pick, right?
If he wants it, you can do $105, but you've got to choose what you want. How do you want
he's like, holy shit, dude. If not, I'll pick for him. I think we do 500 balls at $1. No,
I mean,
what's the fun part?
Your max wins lower.
The fun one's doing 1 at 500, but that's boring because it's just it's zero.
Or maybe we do 10 balls 50s? At 50.
10 50s.
What does he want? I didn't see his. I didn't see his comment. He's commenting on X.
You say a lot of things.
He's commenting on.
If you do 100. Well, someone else put that. Do 10 at 50 or do 105s. I think
let's do 105s.
It gives you the chance of getting $5,000 on a ball.
You're right. So we're gonna do 100 balls at $5. All right, I think that's it. Because 1050s is not fun. Come on, let's do 105s. There you go.
Wait,
how fast is it gonna go?
It's gonna go fast.
I don't know what fast is.
No, I've done it. I've done the high speed. It's nothing. I did 1,000 balls at $1 each, like multiple times.
It's got a black section on screen. Oh, there we go.
I know. I don't know why it does that. Okay,
right.
so all right, guys, let's just run it. Okay, so rows 16, volatility high, speed fast. We should do light speed. It's not that fast.
Is it? Okay. I've never seen it, so I don't know.
5, 100. Are you guys ready? And let's go. It's 500, 100. Yeah. Hold on. This is so much fun. See, this is light speed.
The audio.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Oh, froze.
Oh, no.
No. Oh, there we go. It's back. I need to go back and calculate what this win is. Can you see the starting number?
It's
No,
1538.
People took a
Alright.
people took a screenshot.
Oh, the one on the left.
Come on.
Oh.
Go on the left.
two.
Oh, there's a left one. There's a left. Do you see on the right? Do you see on the right? Do you see on the right? Do you see on the right?
Ooh.
Come on. Keep going. No. Yes. Oh, 9x.
Yeah.
Fuck.
9x. Couple of them, you're all right.
Fuck, man. That's not a good spin so far. Come on. No. No, go. Left. Go left. Fucker. Oh, that's too bad. Well, yeah. Wait, we actually lost money.
Hmm.
We didn't take that into consideration.
I mean, he's already banked at least 500, so it's good money, right?
No, that's funny. He's like, holy shit, crazy. All right, listen, DC, congratulations. I guess you didn't win money. No,
I think he did. I think he won 300. Well, I run the math.
that's true. He wins 300.
Yeah, he's won about 800, give or take. I'll make
Oh,
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Never mind. My math is off straight. Sorry. It's that whatever's over 30. Yeah, so never mind. He's made about 300 plus 5. Yeah, he made like $800. Well, congratulations.
Yep,
There you go,
not bad.
DC. You made $800 today. And with that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rock Radio. Let's go.